Not so live, but I'm coming to you from one of our newest areas of ministry here at Shepherd Community. Thanks to some donors, we have our own laundromat where families can come and do their laundry at no cost. They can volunteer, they can take classes while they're here. We're excited about this and excited about the way for us to continue to invest in the lives of our neighbors. We know it will bring a dividend for eternity. The idea in this came when a mother said, I can't afford to do laundry. It's $6 to do a load of wash, and it's $2 to dry, and it usually takes 2 times. So it was $10 to do a load. And she said, I don't have that variance in my budget. And so for us at Shepherd Community, wanting to continue to help our families, we created this opportunity thanks to some family who said, we want to help, and they've made a huge impact in the lives of our families. I'm excited to share with you a conversation I had with a very good friend, a hero for our city, Dr. Dan O'Donnell, a friend who in partnership is helping Shepherd Community and EMS work together to make a difference in our community. Hi, I'm excited today to be here with a friend, Dr. Dan O'Donnell. Dr. O'Donnell, first of all, thank you for answering a high call. You serve the city in multiple ways, husband, dad, but also as an ER doc here in our city and running EMS for the city. And so thank you for answering that high call. I know you deal with and have a lot of bad days, and you see some of the challenges, but thank you for your leadership and helping make our city a safer and healthier place. EMS for the city has partnered with Shepherd Community on a unique program where we share a paramedic to serve our neighborhood. Tell me why is EMS doing that with Shepherd Community?
Sure. Well, first, thank you very much for having me, and I look forward to this conversation. But this partnership is great. You know, fundamentally, EMS historically and still today is really focused on the emergency. That's how it starts, emergency medical services. And we answer the call when someone calls 911, is experiencing any kind of event that needs an immediate medical attention, they call us. And we're very good at that. But we look to really where EMS is going and where we think we can have the biggest impact on the community that we serve is exactly what we have here at Shepherd, is this more proactive approach. So we have our paramedic who's paired with an IMPD officer, and really they're looking in this neighborhood and around to how can they help address folks' needs, both medical, social, and other, that can help prevent that emergency call. Not that we're not here to do that, but that, what can we address now before it truly becomes an emergency? What are the issues that can be seen and addressed in a more of a proactive way so that folks don't need to rely on the 911 system and subsequently the emergency healthcare system, because that's not what people necessarily want to do. They want to be proactive in their healthcare, and this partnership really helps take advantage of that and meets people where they are and hopefully gives them what they need so they can help stay out of the emergency departments and stay healthy, most importantly.
One of the things we've uncovered in this partnership is there are a lot of overutilizers of 911. And that's because poverty takes away your ability to advocate and navigate. And so if you don't know who you call 911, we've done a great job in society of really emphasizing that. And so many of the calls are not truly emergency in nature, but it's still a call for help. And in this partnership, we're able, in a safe way, respond to those folks who would be labeled as overutilizers to bring the services of Shepherd. What do you see as the greatest challenge to what EMS is trying to do?
Well, I think as you said, they're overutilizers, but obviously there's a need there. It's addressing the complex needs of folks who are utilizing the 911 system, because all of them aren't. It's not a game. They're not just calling to see what happens and take a trip to the emergency department. They really have needs, social, medical illiteracy, different things, food insecurity that they're trying to just get help with and navigate. And 911's an easy number to call and start that process, or hopefully start that process. So the biggest challenge I think we find is the complexity that comes with each case, because it's so different. As you find with the work you all are doing here with Shepherd, is we do want to address things like food insecurity, obviously housing insecurity, and other things like that are huge. But every case is a little different, and what may work during one case is not necessarily going to apply to the next one. And we try to help policies, do things to support here that help support the overall community, but really at the end, it comes to meeting that individual where they are and addressing that. And that's where the partnership that we have, I think, has really been successful, is just addressing those individual needs and really taking it step by step. And I think that's where we've had the successes.
Well, my own family had a recent occasion to call 911. The ambulance came, and the crew did an amazing job taking care of my granddaughter and Jane and I's granddaughter. And so you have a lot of great heroes who work for you, paramedics, EMTs, those folks who are out there doing it every day. Are you looking for more folks?
We are. I thank you for bringing that up. We are hiring, and actually we have a unique program. Is we have a citizen to EMT program starting. And again, the deadline for applications is June 13th. Go to our website. But really, our goal is we want to take people who, again, have had no medical background whatsoever. They're just potentially interested in a field in EMS and the medical field. And we will hire you on as a full-time position and train you to become an EMT, and then subsequently hire you. And again, we think this is a great way to introduce folks who may have never considered medicine as a career. We'd like you to bring you in and teach you all what goes into caring for folks, and then hopefully serving the community that you live in. That's our ultimate goal. And again, we think it's a great way not only into the field of EMS, but into the field of healthcare. We have many of our graduates go on to be paramedics with us, some going to nursing, other fields within the healthcare industry. So again, it's a really great opportunity. We hope folks would take advantage of it.
It's a real front line to the need of medical needs in our community. And we're a better place because of EMS here in the city of Indianapolis. And we appreciate the partnership. You are testing something new. I know that our paramedic is doing something. Talk to us a little bit about the new blood program.
Sure. So I think most people, that, in medical situations, especially trauma, when someone's bleeding severely, in the hospital, they're given blood. Blood saves lives. If you're losing blood, you need blood to help your body address that emergency. And we are actually piloting a program where we're trying to take blood into the field at the time of injury and seeing if that has a positive impact. So currently, our community partner medic, as well as one of our other special operations medics, will actually carry blood on them, and then if the need presents, and we have had one instance, they will start a blood transfusion while you're on the way to the hospital. And the hope is that earlier leads to more saved lives. Again, if we can help first and foremost stop the bleeding, and hopefully your community recognizes the importance of stopping the bleeding and doing some kind of stop the bleed training. And first, if we can stop the bleeding, then once we do that, we can start transfusing people on the scene, and hopefully leads to and save lives out there.
Yeah, the first use was just blocks away from here, and we appreciate the innovation that's happening. And our commitment, because our paramedic, Shane, is carrying that with him and Officer Adam through the day in a special container. We're doing a blood drive here at Shepherd Community, July 7th. More details will be coming in the afternoon. Come get a meal. We'll provide a meal and be able to donate blood. As you said, blood is life, and we want to be life-giving. We appreciate the partnership with EMS. We appreciate the vision that allows us to work together to benefit the neighbors. As we get ready to close here, you see the violence. What else can we be doing?
Is advocate for each other. Again, and I think this is where Shepherd is, among many reasons, fantastic, is advocate for your community. Work together, because it is difficult for us all to see. It's difficult to have violence in our community. It's difficult seeing these things. It's affecting everybody, whether it's directly personal or you just know a neighbor. So again, there are ways to help. There are ways there's community resources, certainly here at Shepherd, within public safety, where we want to help stop this violence. So again, I would say first and foremost is advocate. Speak up, look for ways that we can help prevent the community, give ideas. Again, it's, certainly within your community, the unique needs, the relationships and what's going on. Let us have a better understanding of what's going on in the community and how we can intervene as a public safety entity and help prevent some of the violence that's going on.
Well, you're doing your part. We want to do our part. But for our listeners, they all have a part, as you said. We're all Legos created for connection, different shapes, different sizes, different colors, but we're made to connect, and we want to be a community of connection. It is no chance that many of the mass shooters of late have all said, no one knows me, I'm invisible. We need to be connecting. And there's something I read once that says, love your neighbor. And so we're trying to live that out. Appreciate what you're doing. Appreciate those that you lead and the work that you do each and every day. Dr. O'Donnell, thank you very much. We appreciate the partnership.
For sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. O'Donnell, for the partnership, for the hero you are for our community, and all those you lead who are doing heroic efforts to make Indianapolis a better and safer and healthier place to live through Indianapolis EMS. We're going to hear from a partner, Mark, now about how you can benefit yourself and Shepherd community through legacy giving. Hi, I'm Jay Height here with my friend Mark Weaver. Mark, it is always good to be with you. Mark, you help us in an area called plan giving. Give us just a quick overview. What is plan giving?
Okay. The simplest way I can say it is plan giving is how do you plan to give what you cannot keep? How do you plan to give what you cannot keep? In other words, if you can fog a mirror, that is, if you're breathing at some point you're not going to be, what do you do with what is left behind that you can't take with you?
And when we talk about plan giving, there's all kinds of vehicles and strategies, right?
Exactly.
And I think what's important for us here at Shepherd Community and your work with us and helping folks explore that, your job is to help people figure out where their passions are,
right,
and how they can support that today and in the future.
Yes, exactly.
You have been working on a special project.
I have.
Just what was the moment where you said, I got to go and create this?
Yeah. I was actually on a call with a gentleman I work with, Jamie Levy, and his team. And I had been really wrestling with how do you talk to plan giving with someone who has no idea with what plan giving is. And I remembered watching some whiteboard animations, and I'm thinking, that's it. That can be a very simple visual and auditory way that I think I can help people realize the benefits of plan giving for not obviously for themselves, but for others.
We're going to watch this short video.
Good.
Are you leaving an inheritance or a legacy? The answer is probably both. Craig Lunsborough said, an inheritance is what you leave with people. A legacy is what you leave in them. An inheritance may consist of a lifetime of investments. A legacy results from an investment of a lifetime. An inheritance needs to be well planned. A legacy should be intentional. 3 thoughts. Discover your legacy. Fund your legacy. Leverage your legacy. Discovering your legacy. How do you discover your legacy? Consider the following questions. Where have you invested your life? Who are the people? And what causes and institutions have you invested your time, talent, and treasure into? Who has left the greatest legacy in you? How can you leverage your social, financial, experiential, and spiritual legacy? Examine your life and see what has been the most valuable to you and others. There you will find legacy. Remember this, everyone will leave a legacy. Make sure you are intentional. A Swedish chemist discovered the process of changing nitroglycerin into dynamite. He had many plants in Europe. He had become very wealthy. He woke up one day only to discover he died. Well, not actually. The French press reported he had died, but it was actually his brother. What did they say about this chemist? They declared that Dr. Death was dead. Whoa, that was not the legacy he wanted to leave. So he decided to change his legacy by making a positive difference in the world. His legacy is the Nobel Peace Prize. Alfred Nobel not only changed his legacy, but he also funded it. Fund your legacy. There are myriad ways to fund your legacy while living and after death. They include well-drafted wills, beneficiary arrangements, gifts of life insurance, and charitable trusts. We address these arrangements in other videos and publications. Discover your legacy, fund your legacy, leverage your legacy. By partnering with this organisation, we will connect your passions with our purposes to leverage your legacy of changing the lives of others. So what is your next step? Please contact us to discuss how to invest your legacy for generational transformation.
You created this video to help people.
Right.
Your accent's a little different than the guy on there. He didn't sound like he was from Kentucky, but Mark, there were 3 questions you said that have to be answered. Mm-hmm. Highlight those again for us.
Well, I think the first one is obviously, is this particular organization important? Do you feel like, or you know that they're making an impact? It's always have to ask that question. The second thing is if you're already volunteering, giving your time and your talent and your treasure, there's another answer to why you should consider this particular organization, which would be Shepherd in our case. And then, do you want to make a gift that makes a significant difference after you're no longer here? Ernest Becker, Pulitzer Prize winner, says, what man doesn't really fear extinction so much, but extinction without significance? And so people want to know that their lives have made a difference. And that really answers that particular question, not just from a personal side, but what are the significance that you want to continue and to support when you're no longer here. If it's important now, then it will probably be important in the future.
And it doesn't matter whether it's $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, whatever it is. Every gift matters, and folks have left us in a wide variety of levels, and we appreciate it, and we'll be the best stewards that we can be.
Well, and I appreciate Shepherd. I appreciate you and Colton and your team supporting this, because this is a conversation very few people have. What is your life, Matt? And what are the people, places, and causes that you want to impact when you're no longer here?
And so what's the testimonies you hear about people who've done that?
Over the last 25 years, Jay, I've had the pleasure of asking people why they give. The number one reason is so many of them have had some type of success in their life, and they're wanting to move to a life of significance. They realize that their life is so much more than themselves. Right? Success is something that benefits me. Significance is something that can benefit others. And so I think the number one thing is people seeing a very healthy view of what their life is really about and what they want to promote when they're no longer here. So that is a big driver in a positive way of most of the people I've seen that have given.
You know, Shepherd Community has been here 38 years, and it's hard to believe I've been here for 28 of it. Jane and I have, and we know it's going to be here into the future. We have a plan that takes us to 2030, and we know beyond that we will continue to have work to do, and the support of these types of projects helps us build the continued energy needed to bring about the life change that you talked about. Mark, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate the video. And if someone wanted to reach out to you for more information, how would they do that?
Just get in touch with Colton.
Okay.
Go through him.
Colton W. at shepherdcommunity.org. Thank you very much. We appreciate you joining us today. Just a couple things quickly. If you'd like to volunteer, we could use help in the kitchen this summer. We could help with those who want to tutor or read with kids, and those who would want to volunteer and do repairs, who are handy, that can actually work with tools, something I'm not safe to do. If I do, we end up having to call Indianapolis EMS. So it's better if someone could volunteer to help us do those repairs. Also, if you'd like to donate, we could use freeze pops for all of the kids in our summer program that's fast approaching. Also, we're always in need of trash bags and in work gloves. Be sure to check out our podcast, Breaking the Cycle of Poverty. It is available at any of the locations you go to find your favorite podcast. Listen to us. We appreciate your partnership. We appreciate all that you do. Jane and I celebrate with you the impact that your efforts in support of Shepherd Community are making in the lives of our neighbors. Thank you and have a great